Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record. We're back with Pro Cycling Manager 2019. It's Classics Rider, episode number 26. We're on to the Deutschland Tour. And we're approaching the end of the season, nearly into September now. Season wrapping up, of course, in October. And when you piece that all together, it's been a good year. We're still one win shy of what we managed a year ago, but of course competition level did get higher for us with the new season. But Deutschland Tour Stage 1, yeah, nothing doing for that. Stage 2, we've got a chance on Stage 2. Again on Stage 3, but neither one looking fantastic. And actually Stage 4, despite being a flat stage, profile suits us a bit. Stage 1 though, nothing happening there, so we're gonna bypass that one very quickly. Hopefully we do not lose time as we go through the quick simulation on this one. Raymond Crater takes the win, and there we go, we finished 22nd without any time loss. And so we'll move on to the final day of the month. We are also getting very close to leveling up once again. And with the turn of the month, we'll add another 65 points, but it's not quite going to be enough for us. Still need 81, so we need to come up with 16 points between now and the end of this race. And it could happen. It could happen, especially if there's one or more stage victories in the coming stages. As we enter this one, it'll be easy to get to that final climb, which we'll see what we can do to get away on it though. It looks like 207k in of 214 is the top, so we're probably taking off a couple k before that, which means it's going to be a good 9, 10, or 11 kilometer breakaway, which is a bit long. Mark Hershey, he's a favorite. We haven't raced against him too much, but he's certainly a quality, punchy climber. The late Björk Lambrecht, Fleegen, Rudy Millard, Mohoric, all in the favorites list. That's Peterson here as well. Viermos has got to be seen as a favorite. Quite a few capable guys, so it's going to be difficult to get the gap necessary on that final climb. And with not much steepness to the descent, it would be hard to get any sort of recovery during that period. So expectations are relatively low, though I'm sure the team expectations will be high. We're certainly capable of opening a gap, but that doesn't mean we're going to necessarily be able to do anything with that gap once we open it, because it can close right back down with plenty of distance from the final climb to the finish. Just under 70 kilometers to go, we begin the final sequence of climbs. We unfortunately have a -1 race day condition, but the fitness does its job to where we're still competitive. But look at the profile as we head up this climb. This one's steep, it's short. And then we have another steep, short, there's a steep, short, and a steep, short. It's really hard to actually do anything useful. So my thought on the matter is I need to thin this field out. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to attack.
There's a few riders jockeying for position at the front.
And in doing so, I'm hoping to get a handful of riders that are going to give chase, catch back up to me, but ultimately start leaving the peloton behind. That's the goal. I'm not looking to join the breakaway. I'm not looking to ride solo the whole way. Just looking to thin the field out. At the moment, the peloton has not thinned, even though I'm 50 seconds clear. But now you can see that we've got 37 riders away, 65 behind. And that's what we're looking for.
The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
40 seconds. But most of the field is chasing. I've nearly made contact with these guys, actually. So let's try to get up there first. Put myself into the break. 19 seconds. Yeah, it's just 15 behind. Go ahead and sit up. Sit up. Save the energy. 10 seconds. Ooh, small group making contact. It's 22 riders. Not the larger group, but I think the larger group still will. There we go. 100. Didn't thin it out as much as I was hoping for. I was hoping to get it down to 70 or 80. You can see it's still yo-yoing on the back end, meaning a lot of riders are struggling to keep up. Gonzalez, the only one here, and Gonzalez, instead of leading, what I want you to do is I want you to protect so that I can recover a little bit before we head up the next climb. Now, this one's not severe. It's the second one that I'd like to make the next move on. So we're just going to sit on for right now. Gonzalez struggling at the moment. Just 3 riders left off the front. Peloton is actually shrinking. So I did successfully do damage, but at the moment anyway, it looks like I've done damage to myself as much as anything else. Gaburo making his way back to the Peloton with a little bit of energy, but he is way back there. We'll see if he can make it back up.
Appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
There we go. There's a little protection.
Watch out.
Just one rider left off the front. 23 seconds for him.
Escapees have surrendered. The pack gave them no chance.
Alright, this is the base of the climb now. In fact, we're past the base. We're heading into the steepest section right now. I'm afraid to attack right now because we're definitely up there. But with the descent coming up, I'd like to recover. So Mark Hershey goes with me this time. That makes me happy. 1K to the top. Just sit up for now. But not completely. Group of 5, Lambrecht, Mühlberger, Viermos, the favorites. Favorites are here. And only 27 are actually giving chase. So I'm going to sit up, let these guys handle it from here. None of them willing to work with me because I'm the aggressor. Gogo joining us now. 24. This is what I was hoping for. A small group. 28 riders. Now what I need though is somebody to pick up a team with more than one rider. Pick up the pace and go, yeah, no, I like the composition of this group. Because personally, I like having a small group of about 29. It's going to be a lot easier to break off the front because they won't have support to chase me down when I attack later. A little false climb here, false flat, before we actually finish the descent on this one. We're back up to 32 riders, so the pace is not brutal. I'd really prefer if the 22 don't get back on. We're up to 45. Another climb coming, and I'm getting through the recovery a bit here. 38 riders. 45. It's like I'm going to have to go again. Gaburo just getting back on. 67. Hopefully you can stay with the group. Okay, it's almost time to go. Effort. This time HE2R, Viermos, his team making a move. Happy with this. Somebody else making the effort. This time doesn't have to be me. I just rode off the front. They sat up and that was that. About to go over the top. Sit up a little bit. Small group chasing, 31 riders, 30 riders. Just about to make contact. There we go, contact. So now 31. Caburo not here though, he's a minute and a half behind. Another chance for recovery here in just a moment. And the recovery stage is looking good. There's a chance for a few seconds here in just a moment.
15 kilometers remaining.
1.5K. 900 meters. Don't need to attack it, just lead across the line. There's 3 seconds. Okay, I think I need to save my gel for after the climb. 60 riders. Caburo's back, but he's too far down the order because here comes the climb. And 10K to go. Wow, I got through that a little too fast. Didn't want to be up front already, but it's okay. When we come around the corner up here in a moment, that's where we'll want to attack. Off the front. Good delayed attack there. 10 seconds is all I've managed though, and this is the hard part. This is the hard part right now. Is actually getting over the top of this one. Red bar now gone. 15 seconds, 17 seconds. It's 52 riders giving chase. Now we use the gel. 24 seconds. We've actually opened it up a little bit more. 4K to go. I don't have much energy here, so we need to sit up just a little bit. 14 seconds, 12 seconds. I think I'm gonna get caught. 2K. I don't have much energy. 13 seconds. Oh, the energy just ran out with 1K to go. Come on, effort up. Here they come. Here they come. I'm just going to be in the group. I'm not going to win this. I'm not going to win this. Sprint right behind me. Takes me on the line. I get around the final corner. Still in the lead. Mads Peterson takes the win. Bjork Weinbrecht second. Fleek in third. I finish in 19th. That's how quickly I drop down the order. 100 meters. I go from first to 19th. Maybe 150. I thinned the group out like I needed, but it was too short of a climb, too long of a distance after the climb, which is exactly what I've been saying all along. If I had completely waited for the end and not gone the couple times previous, it would have been a different scenario. I would have had a little slightly more energy, and maybe I would have made it to the end. And not fading on the final K. I don't think so, though. I really don't think so. I mean, I was doing good recovery each time, just trying to thin the group out, but there just wasn't enough push by the group itself. They'd catch me and sit up. Entering the final climb to the day, 28 kilometers to go. It's pretty wooded, so let's bring it on down. So we are going uphill. And then we go uphill, and then we go uphill 3 times. But unlike that last one, there's not much of a point trying to attack early here. This is more like a attack the final climb, maybe the penultimate one, but I think that's a little risky. I think you need to attack the final one. Use the decent descent to recover a little bit before getting across the last 2Ks on the flat, or K&a-half. I'm already out of team support. Peloton's down to 43 riders. Gaburo, the only one around, and he's done. Here's the breakaway group. We're reeling them in. We're just about done with that climb as we ride through town, so speed it up a little bit before we get to the next one. And actually, Peloton just shrunk again. Oh, yo-yoing. Never mind. 32 riders, 39 riders. Big groups coming back together. For a moment there, we were down to 16. We're going to make sure we're in a decent position on this next one. I don't need to attack it, but I need to make sure that I don't get dropped on it at all. So actually, this is a really good chance. Look how steep it is. See how easy that was to get a little separation? Now I can sit up a little bit. I don't need to attack this. I just needed to put pressure on the Peloton. Is all. So we sit up. 39 riders. 37 riders. 34. So I dropped 6 riders, right? We were at 40, something like that. And I'm right at the front where I need to be before we head into the final climb on this one. This time, I definitely want to get away. Sliding backwards a little bit. A lot of riders trying to come forward. Boy, pace has really come out of this group. So we're kind of jockeying for position a little bit. It's allowing some riders to come back pretty easily. Not yet, not yet. Stay in place. Here we go. This is it. Around that corner. Decent chance for separation. No, maybe not.
And he spurts away from the group. He's going for victory.
Finally, a little separation. But also already almost to the top. And I've got to slow down, which is not good. 25 seconds. Over the top. Still on a flat. Before we begin the descent, where we'll be able to recover a bit. We're down to 19 seconds now.
There are just 5 kilometers left.
16 seconds. Okay, come on, recovery, recovery. 4K. A little late on my gel. I should have used it earlier. 7 seconds. Now we want to start speeding up here on this descent. 2.7 to go. And I've been caught. A group of 11. 1.8. 1K. Now sprint. Come on. Pure sprinters around me. Nope. Not going to get this one either. Godon, Mads Peterson, Guillermo's Hershey. I take 6th. Small group, just 11 riders. That's going to thin it out again. No time bonus there. So my position of 5th is most likely unchanged, though we did drop 10 riders there. So if we're lucky, some of them will have been in that previous group. Had plenty of energy left, but again, with it's just a little bit too long, these descents, and then these climbs are just a little bit too short to get proper separation. Group comes back at me, and we end up with a small bunch sprint. Mohoric was not in the main group. Hopefully there actually are some time gaps, because Mohoric is really the best rider. He finished 12th. His teammate Mühlberger was in the front group. And Gessel lost time. Rudy Millard lost time. Wales lost time. Trinetke, he was up the order as well. So all those guys losing some time. They were in the second group. I really hope they actually did lose time. Stick around long enough to see the time gaps this time. There's the gap. Just don't know when that was established and whether it'll count. It's a hill stage. Gap given, 25 seconds. And then a minute 3. Minute 56. So how are we looking now? There's our 11. 16 is the base. I'm at 13. I picked up the sprint, the 3 seconds across the sprint. 12, 10, 6. And Mads Peterson in the race lead. But again, team not happy as we end the month of August. Still need 16 points. We head into the final stage. There's going to be some points for this race. I just don't expect it to be much. The team has given some pretty high demands with winning stages. And I haven't quite been able to pull off. Now, if I was on easy difficulty, I think we could have pulled those off. If I was on normal difficulty, I probably still would have pulled those off. And we're playing on hard against good riders, and the profile just doesn't quite match what's necessary. And we're kind of looking at the same thing here. I mean, I could probably grab 3 seconds. Maybe I can grab 6 seconds at these 2 spots. But I don't think I'm going to be winning the stage today. But maybe I'll get lucky and get the opportunity to take those seconds. And then if I'm really lucky, an actual sprinter, or should I say sprinters, will take the podium positions on this stage, not affect the overall, and I could grab 6 seconds, and it wouldn't be enough to win, but that would be enough to get me up 3 or 4 spots and at least have a decent overall finish. And we're down 13. Put me up to, it looks like, 3rd. 30k to go. Small splits. Not sure if it's going to yo-yo or not. Gap's getting slightly bigger. The breakaway has 6 riders, but it just shattered. We are chasing pretty hard. We just pulled back in 2 of those riders and actually back group regaining contact, at least for now, as we approach those final climbs of the day. The gap is still a little bit there. I mean, it's still a minute to the front 2 riders, so trying to get after the upcoming sprint points might not be easy for us, and actually those guys just came back together. What I need maybe here is a little chase. Gonzalez and Bongiorno. Get up there as well. Fortunato. Well, let's see what happens when we task those 3 with coming forward. Cabora on protection duty at the moment. See if we can pull these guys back so I can gain some seconds. We're clearly looking at a bunch sprint, so the bunch sprint is going to probably win the day, and that could work out in our favor in terms of trying to catch those guys. But these guys coming forward, and they're going to waste all their energy just getting here. Gonzalez, is that one of the ones? Yes. So Gonzalez helping pull these guys back. The lead's down to 40 seconds. There's 3 of the 4 riders, meaning in the near future I could be fighting for at least a couple seconds anyway. If we could pull them back in. It's still 35 seconds to... it's 2 riders now. 30, 35... and we're 2.5k out, so I need to get myself ready to go here. Start my own little acceleration, and 1.3k. Oh, the sprint's not this one. That's the finish. It's the one after. We get 1 second. We got 1 second this time. Chance for 3 more, so we're down to 12 seconds behind overall. And And even though there was no separation, my team no longer really showing that they got the stuff. I want you to take over that protection, please.
The tempo has slowed down. Something might be cooking.
Well, they're caught back up now, so either way, those 3 seconds available here in a moment. I'm second in the best climber classification, but we're 20 points behind, so nothing to bother with there. 3.7 to go for the next one. 3K now. Coming up on it, and we do see a little bit of an acceleration down there. I'm going to start coming forward. 1.8. 1.4. 1.2. Under 1K to go. Now we sprint for 3 seconds. Same spot we're headed to this time. And we got it. That's 4 seconds that we've pulled back. So we're now 9 seconds down, and I think that is just enough to move up to 3rd place overall. Use my gel now. I don't think there's anything I can do about this final climb on the stage as we're entering it right now. But we can see there's others accelerating. It's just putting the pressure on. There's Mads Peterson right there. He's not going to let it get away. I don't think we're in contention to get this stage at all. But I don't mind going over the top first, picking up a few points. Somehow I got separation there. No idea quite how I did that, but okay. Can we attack this descent? 2.5K. We'll try. I got separation. 9 seconds. 9 seconds to the good. 16 seconds to the good. 13 seconds. They're going to come back at me, though. There come the sprinters. Again, right before the line. Merlier, Palucci, Peterson, Debuchere. And I take 27th? Really? 50 meters to the line and 26 riders burst past me. Even though I was still on sprint and still had yellow bar, I'm that slow on top speed. There's that many riders that are that fast on top speed. That's amazing. But the big thing was I claimed 4 seconds. So I will move up from my 6th place. Now, Peterson already had this thing won, so he'll stretch his lead with that 3rd place on the stage.
And here are a few of the key moments.
Wow. Got just swarmed in the last 75 meters. That is what you call a bunch sprint. That wasn't stretched out, spread out at all. And yes, it was enough to get up to 3rd. So we've got, that's Peterson, Godon. I take 3rd at 13 seconds down. So I went from 6th to 3rd. by stealing 4 seconds at the sprint points. And that gets us the level up. Only worth a skill point though. Next level will come with attribute evolution. So where are we looking to go now? Technique's a good one. Come forward through the field. Super leaders, decent. This stealth is pretty worthless. You know what? We're going to move into the World Tour. So we need to start knowing a little bit. So we're going to take Passion, level 1. Third place there. It's got to be worth a little something. We're actually closing in on Cuckard now in terms of score. A lot closer than we were. We're up to 15th. It's not bad. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.